interesting here that Paul speaks about this notion of fighting. And it's interesting that he uses the word that he uses. In the text it says, I fought a good fight. Now in Greek, the word fight in this text is agon, A-G-O-N, agon. It is to fight, it means conflict. Similar to the conflict that you find in the Greek time in the Greco-Roman Colosseum. So to be wrestling and engaged in conflict is the word that Paul uses, agon. But notice now, the root word for the word agon is the word ago. And the word ago, from which agon comes, means leadership. Agon is conflict, but agon comes from the word ago, which means leadership. Can I hook it up for you? Don't talk to me about leadership if you're not prepared to handle conflict. Because every time you step up to be who you are, you invite conflict into your life. Y'all see, I have had preachers, young preachers, impressed with my capacity to preach, who want to be able to preach like me. Y'all listen, who want to be able to see the scriptures the way that I do. And I want to invite all of you to see the way that I do. I want to invite you to be abandoned by your mother and your father at birth. I want to invite you to be left behind a building to die. Y'all not saying that. I want to invite you not to have the benefit of blood ties and family relations. I want to invite you into the experience of maybe walking by your brother and not even knowing. You want what I got? You can have what I got. But can you handle the conflict that I had to go through? Get what God gave. Somebody say, can you handle it? But you say you can't handle the truth. The people in here would get up and run out if they had to deal with what you have to deal with. But thanks be to God, you're still a giant killer. You're a water walker. And greater is he that is with you. Oh, God. Can I say it like Biggie said it? More money, more problems. More anointing, more problems. Take a giant step, get into a giant fight. Go to a new place, find a new enemy. Rise up in yourself, expect people to hate who you are. Change your life, expect people to hate your changes. You're not saying nothing today. Mature into the woman that God made you and expect the people that knew you when you were a girl to try to hold you hostage. Come into yourself, be proud of yourself, and tell people if you don't like it, you let the door not hit you when the good Lord hits you. And respect all your friends. I need some real people in here. I need some real people in here. It's going to be a fight. I said it's going to be a fight. Feel the Holy Ghost. It's going to be a fight. You're going to have to fight your way out of this. You're going to have to fight your way to your destiny. You're going to have to fight for your marriage and fight for your children and fight for your future and fight for your money. You're going to have to fight for your gift and fight for your anointing. And don't expect nobody to give you nothing. I need some Barack Obama Christians in here. I need somebody to tell the devil, yes we can. Yes we can. Yes we can. I may not have it all together, but yes we can. I may not be perfect, but come on. Just one more time. Let's get this baby out. Let me give birth to this thing. Put your hands together. Give the Lord a hand praise in this place. You hear me? Leadership is the occasion for conflict. And the moment you begin to rise, you will have folks talking about you and saying all manner of evil against you. Now here's the thing they don't tell you when my children are older. They don't tell you that when you get to where you're going, that's only half of what you have to deal with. When you get to where you're going, you have to fight just to stay there. And that's why the fight to get there has to be appropriate for where you're trying to go. Catch none of that. Because if you fight ugly to get there, then you bring ugliness with you into the act of maintaining where you are. Are you following me right now? If you fight dirty to get there, then you invite dirtiness and nastiness into your capacity to maintain where you are. That's why Paul says, I fought a good fight.
Make it plain. Make it plain, Pastor.
Because everybody fighting ain't fighting good. I want to remind you that you are a Christian, that you are a follower of Jesus Christ. I wish I had something here. And that you are called by Christ to fight a good fight. You can't be nasty and petty and mean-spirited and expect to get to where you're going and stay there very long. You have to fight with integrity and with honor and with dignity. Can I go deeper in this? The Greek word for good is chaos, K-A-I-O-S. Chaos, K-A-I-O-S. And the word chaos in Greek literally means to be beautiful. But when Paul says, I fought a good fight, he is saying the fight that I fought was beautiful. You need somebody to say that? He's saying, the fight was beautiful because when I had every opportunity to give up, I decided to keep on fighting. And when everything in my life told me to turn back, I kept going forward. And it was the courage, it was the excellence, it was the persistence of my fight that made my fight beautiful in the eyes of my God. Now you may be fighting today and look like a mess to us. But if you're fighting with courage and integrity, then in the eyes of God, the fight is beautiful. You don't get it yet. A single mother who was raising 3 kids by herself, going to school at night, working a job and another one on the weekends. She comes home and one kid's on her hip and the other hand she's stirring the pot. And with the same hand she's checking homework and cutting the heat down to keep the bill from going too crazy. You look at her with her messed up stockings and her payless shoes and that piece of dress that she wears every week. You look at her broken glasses and that perm that she uses to get refreshed. You